before I saw Soad, I was in Egypt in a little holiday. When I came back, I noticed in my appointment book that there is an appointment kept for Soad. When the appointment came, two ladies came in, and I said to them, "Which one of you is Soad?" And the other lady said, "This one." So I looked at her. She looked nothing like Soad Hosny that I know. Nothing like Soad Hosny, who was loved by generations of Egyptians of my age at that time. So I said to her, "What happened to you?" So she told me that she was struck by facial nerve palsy, or Bell's palsy, in which the muscles of the face, the nerve that goes to these muscles, stops working, maybe because of a virus, and the muscles of the face loses expression. So the patient expresses, when she smiles, for instance, she smiles on one side.
Soad Hosny, when she came here, she came for medical treatment. But the truth is, it was medical treatment plus running away from people.
And then in January, after her birthday, she called me and she told me, "I'm coming to stay with you."
I think Soad Hosny was at low mood in almost all the time. And I would say the last 6 to 8 months in her life.
And I said to her that the treatment will cost her that much, and because she is the glorious Soad Hosny, because of her history, I shall give her a 50% discount. When I told her the figures, I could see that she was not in a position to pay that.
She stayed with this woman, Mrs. Yusri, or Ms. Yusri, and this lady, she lived, I believe, in a tiny flat, council flat, and Soad was not used to live that way.
When the government stopped her allowances for her treatment, of course it was a big shock to her.
The Egyptian government contributed almost £100,000 towards Soad Hosny living and treatment in London. Some people has said that I have asked the Egyptian government to stop giving Soad Hosny money. That's totally untrue. They have discussed with me about the prognosis of her condition, and I said, I don't think there'll be any change.
The British courts, if you remember, they mention few things, few very strange things. One of her slipper was in her foot in the street, and the other one was in her bathroom. And somebody suggested that she might have been drugged after being killed and been thrown to the street.
So that day I was at home, we sat together. I made her dinner, and because she was eating special things because she didn't have any teeth. Since she came from Japanese, she wasn't herself at all. She was just walking over the flat, up and down, up and down, up and down. Her phone was ringing, she wouldn't answer. So I saw the tears in her eyes, so I cried because I'm very soft-hearted. So she hugged me and she told me, "Are you crying?"
The motive of killing is really easy to believe because, you know, Soad Hosny has recorded her memoir and in preparation for her biography publishing, and this tape was missing after her death.
الثلاث أيام الأخيرة أو اليومين الأخرانيين في حياتها راحت نادية يسري أولا قطعت عليها السكك إنه مع أي حد يتصل هي ترد وتقطع ما في يعني ما تغمم عليه يعني ما حدش كان عارف هترجع إمتى ولا بتاع ولا أي حاجة.
The most strange, peculiar time, if you got a friend here and want to live with them, you will go 3 days before you die and live there.
About the possibility that she been, the only thing which people always tie to the mind is the repetition of such balcony events for prominent Egyptians, because we have 3 or 4 Egyptians fell or pushed from balconies, and all of them were very high profile. The latest was Ashraf Marwan, the son-in-law of the late President Nasser of Egypt.
اليوم اللي راحت عندها كان تاني يوم أو تالت يوم هتسافر لمصر. تاني يوم اترمت من البلكونة. فالعملية مريبة.
I don't think the Egyptian security service were happy with Soad Hosny when she made Al-Karnak.
إذا كنتوا فاكرين لما تهنونا هنتكلم
هتعملي لي شريفة؟
Let us remember when we talk about Al-Karnak, it is about the corruption, it's about the security service taking students to the prison, it's about torturing people in the prison.
She was delighted with her weight loss. She was delighted with her teeth. And she was rushing me. She was saying she was rushing me to finish the treatment so that she can go home and start working.
She has had a severe psychological trauma and probably abuse at some stage of her life. You could read it on the net, that she has been blackmailed by the certain elements in the intelligence.
هل الحملة اللي عملتها لمساندة الانتفاضة من خلال إذاعة الBBC العربية وقت عز الانتفاضة هل لها أثر إنه الإسرائيليين أو الصهاينة اتضايقوا منها لدرجة إنهم يقتلوها؟ الله أعلم.
Lately, Jum'a Shawan, the famous spy who became a superstar in the Arab world after the television series was made about his involvement in spying inside Israel, claimed that he was married to Soad Hosny in 70s.
There were motives for her killing. Besides the ones I've already mentioned, the fact that she had money, and the fact that she had jewelry and other things.
النقطة بقى الضعيفة في نظرية الانتحار إنه لو قررت واحدة زي دي تنتحر وهي قاعدة في البيت ومعاها مجموعة أدوية وحقن وأقراص بتاخدها علشان العلاجات دي. طب لما تنتحر ما تاخد شوية زيادة وتنتحر وهي في السرير آخر حلاوة.
Let us remember Soad in her late life, when I have seen her here in London, she was a very religious person. And according to Islamic religion law, you're not allowed to kill yourself.
I believe that this case is dependent on determination, but it's also dependent on funding. Unless that was to happen, then I believe this file would join hundreds of other files whereby the truth had remained concealed